Oh, it's time. It is finally time, the most exciting time to be a WWE fan. You want to know why? It's Royal Rumble season. What's going on, everyone? Your boy here, Apollo, from Down, Down, Up, Up, ready for another prediction video of 2019. And it's time to talk about the Royal Rumble. What's going to happen at the Rumble this year? Oh, if it's anything like last year, we are in for a treat. Last year's Royal Rumble pay-per-view was handled really well. I really enjoyed it compared to at least 2017, 2015, that kind of thing. 2016 was a good show too. But this one, there's, again, that great potential to steal the show and possibly kill it in the early going. Might even be the greatest pay-per-view of the year already. Let's see what's going down and what's going to be on the predictions list today. Let's go. I'm ready to go. Are you? Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. Why are we stalling? Oh, we're hyped. All right, 9 matches. That's what we have for the Royal Rumble right now, I believe. If there's any other kickoff matches to be added, I guess I'm going to be missing out on them. I like to wait as soon as possible to do my predictions for these things, but I'm going to do it now. And it seems like WWE doesn't really have a habit of adding bonus matches to pay-per-views anymore as much as they used to, because I remember maybe even last year's Royal Rumble and Survivor Series 2017, there was just a bunch of pre-show matches added all of a sudden like that. But it doesn't seem like they're on that level anymore. That's okay, though. That's okay. That's okay. Let's go. Let's do this. You ready for this? I'm ready for this. Let's go. Let's talk about the kickoff first. We have 2 of the 9 matches announced for the kickoff. One of them, I can't really say I'm surprised. It's the United States Championship match. As much as people continuously complain about this title and how it should be treated better, now's not the time to dispute it. It's Rusev, the champion. Love Rusev, Rusev Day, all that stuff is still great. Taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, a man who was somehow worse with United States Championship gold than he is now. Amazing saying that, but that's honestly how I feel. Nakamura and that United States Championship were a terrible connection, and there was little to enjoy out of it, especially if he wasn't showing up every week. What's the point of that? So I'm definitely picking Rusev to retain. There's no point in Nakamura taking it back, and hopefully this feud can just end. That's my feelings about this at this point. Go Rusev Day. Keeping it strong. Moving on to the second match on the kickoff, and the match I'm more disappointed about being on a kickoff, and I have my theory to explain it. It's the Cruiserweight Fatal 4-Way Championship match. Buddy Murphy defending against, Buddy Murphy the champion, defending against Akira Tozawa, Kalisto, and Hideo Itami, who also got a big win on 205. Hideo Itami won the triple threat match against Tozawa and Kalisto, looking like he's getting all the momentum, getting ready to go. Yeah. But right now, let's talk about why I am upset that this match is on the kickoff. I understood at TLC why the Cruiserweight Championship match was on the kickoff. It was Cedric Alexander and Buddy Murphy again with no stipulation. But this is different. This has the potential to steal the night. It could be a great match if it's given time and you know they're going to put in the effort. But what I don't understand is, why do you put a championship match that's from a paid TV show? 205 Live is on the network. It's not on cable. You have to buy the WWE network to watch 205 or watch it on the internet, for all I care. But the point is, what's the point of putting the championship payoff match on free TV? A kickoff on pay-per-view can be streamed on YouTube, for goodness sake. Free. WWE does it themselves. I don't understand why we're putting a championship match from a paid show on a free show. What's up with that? But more into the match. I see it being great. It's going to come close, but I don't see Buddy Murphy's reign ending just yet. I have the champion Buddy Murphy for the win. I think Tony Nese is also going to be an important factor going into this. Maybe that might be the reason it's moved to the kickoff. It might have a shady finish, but I don't see Murphy losing it just yet. If Hideo had not won the triple threat match on 205 Live this past week, I might be moving towards him because he'd be a perfect candidate to win that championship. Finally get gold in WWE, but I don't see it happening right now. I'm going with Buddy Murphy. Sticking with the champ. Now let's go on to the main show. First up, let's talk about the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. This feels like it should be easy to predict, in my opinion. It's the Bar, one of my favorite tag teams, defending against Shane McMahon and The Miz. I wasn't sure how far this was going to go with Shane and The Miz, but they're best friends now, getting a tag team championship match. But is it going to be that easy? Gonna find out. But to be fair, they have suckered me in. I'm going for The Miz and Shane McMahon. I see them winning the match. I'm not so sure about the championships, though, and here's my theory on that. I have been talking about one particular team for a while now and wondering when they're going to return. In my opinion, I think it would be better if said team I'm about to mention returns later after The Miz and Shane McMahon win the titles, but the Bludgeon Brothers are hungry and they might mess with this match and send a huge message to what's going on right now in their tag team division. They have yet to fight the Bar. That's another big thing to consider. But in the end, I'm going to have to go with The Miz and Shane McMahon to win the match. Not sure about the titles, but I see them winning the match. Let's move on to the next one, though. It's time to talk about, let's talk about the Raw Women's Championship match. Obviously, the rumors have poured in lately, and I mentioned this in my NXT TakeOver predictions for this month. Is Ronda Rousey leaving the WWE? Well, it certainly seems like it, but for a couple of important reasons. One, it seems like Ronda Rousey never initially planned to stay more than a year anyway. I think she only signed up for 1 year, and there was never any interest in going for another one at the time of the contract signing. Two, there is the whole rumor, and I think proof at this point, that she just wants to start a family while she's young, has the time to do it, I can't hate that. So, good for you, Rousey. But are you going to lose your women's championship to Sasha Banks at this show? I personally don't see it happening. If you're going to lose the title, it's going to be at WrestleMania. I feel like that's almost a guarantee at this point. I'm going for Ronda Rousey to retain. I hope it's going to be a great match. Good luck, Sasha. You deserve this match. Thank you for sticking in with it. In terms of the people who rumored to have wanted to leave WWE, I've heard Sasha's name mentioned. I can't say I blame her, but I'm glad she's getting this match. You're going to kill it, ladies. Go to it. Now, from one women's championship match to another, let's talk about the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch, the former SmackDown Women's Champion, taking on the woman who never technically pinned or tapped her out for the championship, Asuka-chan. If you don't understand that, that's an up, up, down, down reference. Watch the show. I'm down, down, up, up, but I respect the lads. Now, in terms of this match, I'm not sure what to expect. I know it's going to be good. That's already a guaranteed up front, but it's the finish I'm more concerned about. I'm definitely picking Asuka to retain the championship. That means she's leaving with the title, regardless of a win or a loss. Becky's not taking it back, but I want to know how they're going to do it. Are we going to get like a shady roll-up? Maybe the referee misses a foot on the rope or something? I'm not too sure. And when it comes to interference, that's another thing to consider, because Ronda Rousey interfered in the TLC match, which Becky lost the title to at TLC. Maybe Becky and or Charlotte feel like interfering in Ronda's match with Sasha? That's something I hadn't considered too much. Sasha, you might have a better chance than you think, thanks to some of your old friends. And let's get Bayley out there too. Make it a big moment. And let's think about it. If something like that were to actually happen, I feel like that would have to indicate that they are going with the 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewoman idea at WrestleMania. That's what that would tell me. But I don't see it happening. I'm only just talking about it and seeing where it might go the more I talk about it. I'm picking Asuka to retain the title, same as Ronda Rousey to retain her title. Should be good. Let's see what we want to move on to next. Let's talk about the WWE Championship match. Now, here's another one similar to the United States Championship. I'm not sure if I'm too excited for. In terms of the wrestling, I know I'm excited for, But in terms of storyline-wise and whatnot, I didn't understand the point of doing this again. Daniel Bryan is great. Love Daniel Bryan. Love the new Daniel Bryan. Perfect. Love his promos. Love his attitude. Love the character. You're doing great, Daniel. Thank you. Taking on AJ Styles again. TLC. Should have been the end of it. He beat him clean. He beat him clean. He beat him with a roll-up at TLC. That's what happened. No cheating whatsoever at TLC from my knowledge. But AJ won a fatal 5-way match to get this chance. He's even got Vince McMahon sort of backing him up and whatnot right now. But the thing is, well, first of all, my prediction. I see Daniel Bryan keeping the championship for now. There's no doubt on my mind about that. But the thing is, what is this whole Vince McMahon thing tying into? Could we possibly see Vince McMahon help Daniel Bryan to win? I don't know, guys. This one has the potential to be a screw job, and a big screw job at that, the way they're hinting with Vince and Daniel lately. I'm getting Austin McMahon flashbacks. It's just something I can see them doing. But we have to wait until the Royal Rumble to find out. But I'm picking Daniel Bryan to keep the championship. As you notice, I'm not seeing a lot of title changes right now on this show. I think I've only picked for the SmackDown tag titles to change. With that being said, let's talk about the Universal Championship match. Now, this is a match that improved so significantly that I am so looking forward to it. The Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, everyone's favorite part-timer, taking on not the monster among monsters, Braun Strowman, but Finn Balor, a man whose career seems to have come back to life at this point. He showed up at NXT UK TakeOver, and the pop was extraordinary. Very fair for an extraordinary man. And he also took advantage of Braun Strowman's rage, which Vince McMahon then threw Strowman out of the Universal Championship match. Finn Balor, he beat Jinder Mahal. He won the Fatal 4-Way on Raw, pinned John Cena to get this spot. And who's going to win? Well, I was debating and figured I'd go with the simple pick. But then Raw threw a curveball at me. You want to know what that curveball was? Well, it was Braun Strowman competing. I could have sworn the only reason Braun Strowman was taken out of the Universal Championship match is because he wasn't medically cleared. Nuh-uh. He faced Finn Balor this week and even took a little bit of a beefy bump from Brock. So, Braun Strowman is good to go. However, there's no word if he's in the Royal Rumble match yet. So, what do I think's going to happen? What's my crazy prediction of this show? I think for the better. And this is a long shot. And if it fails, then it fails. But I put my heart into this. Braun Strowman will cost Brock Lesnar this match. And Finn Balor will reclaim the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble and beat the Beast. Think about it. Think about the arena pop if Finn Balor can pull off this miracle. I'm going Team Balor on this one. Let's go Balor Club. With Braun Strowman's help, we could get a screw job just like Braun got at Crown Jewel. Remember, that show actually happened. It wasn't World Cup WWE. And then Balor leaves with the title. And that title becomes more important going into WrestleMania season. Brock's already been involved with it the past 2 WrestleMania seasons. I don't need to see a third. Not interested. And the more I think about it, I'm not really interested in McIntyre Lesnar at this point. I have other ideas going in my head that I want to see out of this. And some of them involve Finn Balor. Let's go, Balor. Come on. Picking Finn Balor. Moving on. I believe we have come to the point where we have to talk about the Royal Rumbles themselves. First, let's talk about the women's this year. Now, this one, in my opinion, is the more easier to predict. I mean, Charlotte Flair, she wasn't in the first one last year. She has not really gotten that big win lately since SummerSlam when she won the women's title and then lost it to Becky, and then lost to Becky again, and then lost to Rousey. Although her character seems to be doing pretty well at this point. Wow, that heater scared the bejeezers out of me. But I see Charlotte Flair winning the Royal Rumble. However, if there's one thing that they might swerve us with, it's Becky Lynch. If she doesn't beat Asuka, you'd think she would get a chance in the Royal Rumble. Otherwise, if she doesn't get in the Rumble, let's think about it. If the Rumble happens after the Asuka-Becky Lynch match, that crowd's not going to be happy, in my opinion. We have a 2014 repeat on our hands, as far as I'm concerned. Although I know Charlotte can probably take it, I don't think it's a good idea. So I'm picking Charlotte Flair, but there's a potential for a Becky-Charlotte draw. But I would still be happy because I picked Charlotte. I'm picking Charlotte. Now let's move on to the men's. Let's move on to the men's Royal Rumble match. What's going down in the men's? Well, when you think about it, there's really only a handful of potential winners. Seth Rollins is definitely one of them. He beat Drew McIntyre this past week on Raw, which brings me to Drew McIntyre. He's another potential pick to win. Ooh, there are certainly a number of options. There's also the rumor of the returning Rock possibly getting in and fighting Lesnar at WrestleMania, like anyone wants to see that. Nah. Let's get into another crazy prediction, shall we? Oh, you guys are ready for this? I'm ready for this. Okay. Alright. Just gonna adjust my seat once again before this wonderful but also loud heater possibly ruins this video. I'm not too sure. But there's been a bit of repetition lately that I've been paying close attention to. Let's go back to 2011. Alberto Del Rio won the Royal Rumble in 2011. What he did beforehand was very similar to a certain SmackDown superstar. And that was having a small-ish feud with Rey Mysterio, pulling out some good matches, and a 2 out of 3 falls match on the go-home show SmackDown leading into the Royal Rumble. Now, who's done that lately? Oh boy, you guys ready for this? My pick for the 2019 Royal Rumble? Andrade. I'm picking Andrade Cien Almas. The last name exists still to me. I think WWE is ready for a big swerve, and this is it. This is something that so many people will not see coming, but I think they're actually going to go with it. If they don't, I'm not going to feel disappointed, but I want to go on the edge for some of these predictions. I've picked Finn Balor. I'm picking Andrade to win the Men's Royal Rumble. I don't know what they're going to do with that, though, when he wins, but if anything's going to give a big boost, it's winning the Royal Rumble right now. Andrade, don't let me down. Looking forward to it. But that's it. We've made it. We have made it just under the 20-minute mark. Thank you all so much for tuning in for another set of glorious predictions on this channel. I look forward to watching the Royal Rumble and talking to you guys Monday about it. Check out my NXT TakeOver predictions. Hopefully they're up on the channel by now too. I will be doing my results and review video for those on Sunday. I will see you all later. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you're looking forward to at the Royal Rumble. Who do you expect to see? Let me know, because when it comes to who I'm hoping to see, I want to experience the dream. And also, fade to black. See you guys later. Keep it real.